Oh no, I'm live. Whoops. I was gonna take a selfie, but I went live there. Um, Hi guys, I just wanted to talk to you about the coronavirus quickly, what I've taken from it. And I was just gonna go to bed, as you can see. What I think is obvious is that we're all human beings and we're all the same and we're all just as vulnerable as each other. I think from every other plague in history, we've learned that. What I think on a spiritual level, it's taught me. First of all, it's taught me that this is the fear and the paralysis I've suffered and everyone else has suffered in the world. It's kind of forced us to stop and to realize that the only way out of fear and paralysis, when fear gets to the point of, oh, I can't move, I can't function, the only thing you can do is hand it over, surrender it, and give it to something bigger than you because you don't know how to control the situation. If it's proved anything to you is that you can't control it as well. And that's a good reminder because all of us ought to live on a day by day basis, handing things over and not hanging on to control. So it's a good reminder not to cut our claws in so much so that we can relax. I mean, not relax, excuse me. By relax, I mean have faith to the extent where you know things are going to be taken care of. The other thing, a lot of people have, it's shown them that all the stuff that they thought was so important, the attention from others, constant work, work addiction. People have got work addictions, sex addictions, um, drug addictions, you know, I mean, all of those things have gone up in the air. So an addiction is a form of fear. I mean, again, it's a mental plague. It's an illness. It's a form of fear. And all of those things have come to an end for a lot of people, and they are now forced to realize, wow, this thing that I was so afraid of, this thing that I thought I couldn't live without, the virus has proven that I can live without it. I've been sitting here I've been sitting here for since March, and I've had to stop my porn addiction or my shopping addiction or whatever it is. It was just like a stop, like something has said stop. And it's almost like it's a manifestation of our culture because I don't know about you guys, but if you look at politics and things, it's always fear mongering. But the way politics are at the moment, we're just, what was it called? It's called populism. Populism. So when it's a popularity contest and it doesn't matter anymore who's got the best ideas, who's actually going to take care of other people. Instead, people are just afraid and they're going to pick whoever is the most popular and who they think is going to represent them the most. That is finished. Fear begets fear. It's shown us that if we as a culture, as a society are afraid of each other, of ourselves, then we're going to elect people who manifest, who demonstrate, who evidence that fear in one person. Boris, the American, other people. It's our, what we think of gets bigger. And us thinking fear, 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 and us versus them, and getting more and more extreme, and my money, and what about my country and the immigration, and what about Brexit and our country? We don't want to be part of Europe, we're separate. All of that stuff is just personal fear that then goes into the culture of a country, of a society, of a demographic, and they then all think the same way and manifest the kind of thing we've done. And fear eventually comes to a point where either you die of it or you get to everything falls apart and you have the opportunity to be reborn. That's what the phoenix rising from the ashes is all about. That's what Pluto is all about in astrology. It's that we know that there are endings. We know that we have to sometimes let things go before we can do something new. So use this time out, this forced time out, to let go of the things in your life that you now know you can do without. So when everything is open up and you go and kill yourself at your job 80 hours a week, for nothing and you never see your children, are you going to go back and do that same thing now that you've realized and proven to yourself that you can survive for 3 months without under dire circumstances? Yes, it's been more stressful, but you can survive. Have faith that there's something bigger out there. Surrender and look at it. Take this time out as well to say, wow, this is kind of shit. I could do a lot better than this. I am here for a reason. I've survived this. I should take something from it rather than stumble from one nightmare to the next. I'm so hot. It's so hot here. And I'd really like us to see it as an opportunity to grow. And I guess gratitude is one thing, but to grow and not to give people power because we're afraid. And for the people who press our buttons, yeah, the populism thing I didn't explain. It's a popularity contest, yes. But also those people, they know how to press our buttons of fear, you know? And there's a lot of fear mongering going on. And if the whole society is immune from fear, then they wouldn't elect those kind of people. They'd say, okay, bite me, but go move on. Go scare someone else, we're not buying it. But I really think that things have got so dire in our culture. And so, because everyone's afraid, and that's why it's being reflected in our day-to-day experience, because we create what we focus on. We manifest our own beliefs. I just wanted to, give you my take on it. So so I wouldn't lose my thread. I just didn't read your comments. So let me look. Hello, everybody. Hi, guys. Hi, everybody. Hi, Susan. Hi, Sharon. Hi, South Africa. Hi, guys. You got out of the hospital. I'm so glad. I'm sure it is weird being there during the crisis. So you've had blood work issues. Seeing it must have given you a different perspective. Are you going to go with the fear, or are you going to go with the fact that you saw that for a reason? Maybe it was a wake-up call for you particularly, and maybe you were meant to leave there thinking, oh, it could be worse. Or maybe, yeah, I think that's the case. And I'm sure I'm keeping you in my thoughts and prayers, and I'm sure everyone else here is too. And I hope your blood work is all right. I really do. Hey, Patrice and Santa Rosa. About the addiction, Yasmin, right? Because addiction is just something. It's something you hook your claws into out of a fear. I'm not enough, therefore I need to end my suffering and pain. Then I take this alcohol which kills my pain, and if they take it away, I'm gonna have to face all my fear and pain and suffering again, which is gonna be even worse because I've just drowned it for the last 5 years. So Eckhart Tolle says that every addiction begins in pain and it ends in pain. And I will second that as a recovering addict and alcoholic. Oh, Paradise, California. Weren't you guys really badly affected by the Malibu fire? Wasn't there something that happened in Paradise, California? I thought that was wiped. Did I see something? I saw something somewhere about. Why are you guys famous at the moment, Sharon? I've learned I don't need as many clothes and jewelry. But there you go. That's great. I mean, that's fun. But someone who's got a real shopping addiction, that might be their come to Jesus moment, you know? You never know. Hey, Pat. I know, I haven't been on in a while, so I'm glad I caught you guys tonight. Thanks for joining me. Hey, Michelle in Oakland. Hey, in Northern Ireland. Hey, Taya. Hi. Tanya, I'm sorry. Am I? Buongiorno. Hello, Buongiorno, Enzo. Nice to see you. Hi, in Portugal. Hi, guys. Hi. Thank you for agreeing with me. You feel free to disagree, but I'm glad I share your. Yeah, fear is a way to control people, and it's a way. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. If we're constantly afraid, then we manifest more things to be afraid of. So if we let ourselves to be controlled, we become more easily controlled. It's a slippery slope. It's a downward spiral. This even speaks to awakened ones. If you aren't allowing love to guide rather than fear, Are we all listening? Pat, this is good. I like this, Pat. It's lost on you and will contract and become small again. Okay, so let me read it properly. This even speaks to awakened ones. If you aren't allowing love to guide rather than fear, it's lost on you and will contract and become small again. Hi in Iceland. Wow, hello, nice to see you. Thanks for joining me. Yeah, paradise is rising from the campfire. I thought something was happening there. And the phoenix is a symbol of resilience. Well, thank you for joining us and telling us about the fire and the phoenix, because that's exactly what I am talking about. And thank you for that visual image. And paradise, I know, because it's been in the news, and even people in Europe. I've never been to the West Coast. I know about paradise in California, and because it's got so much, people are so aware of it. I have faith. I feel that paradise is going to be come back bigger and better than it ever was. This crisis is a giant opportunity for great positive change. Absolutely. Hopefully, some people are only able to do positive changes, like myself, once we fall on our faces about 20 million times. So, for a lot of people, this has been a really hard hit on the face. So hopefully, people will be able to liberate themselves and change their lives for the positive. I couldn't agree more. Hi, Christy. It's great to join you too. Dominique, nice to have you here. Pat. It is about what's real and important, letting go of dead weight. I couldn't have said it better, Pat. So with you. There are many paradigm shifts. You know what I was thinking about? I dreamt about this last night. I mentioned it in the Daily Tarot as well. I've been dreaming about the chakras and how each one is like a vortex into a dimension that has something to do with your life. So, like the solar plexus chakra, it's a vortex, and spiritually dive in there like a pool vortex, and you swim into this yellow land of what brings you joy and what makes you feel in control. And if you sink into your third eye chakra, is like, what is it that I need to see in my third eye? We have control over everything. Even the only thing that limits us is our ability to speak. That's what limits us. The only thing that limits us is our own limited imagination. And up until now, until I had those dreams, I didn't really see myself diving into my own chakras. And now that I do, I'm all over the place. It's great. It's a whole new way for me to discover myself. Because I'm very earthy, for me to ground myself with something, even if it is like a visualization of my own chakras, it needs to be connected to my body. I very much identify myself with my body, even though I know it's not me. It is me, in a way. I'm with you on this planet. I'm with you taking this time to get real about what's real and important, letting go of dead weight. Totally. When else are we going to do it? There's so many making paradigm shifts. Yep. Hi from Indiana. Hello. Yeah, they're no good. Hey in Rochester. Hey guys, there's lots of thank you, Monica. I was about to go to bed, but then I just thought I need to speak to them before I go. We are light workers. It's up to us to spread love and light. I I agree. I try as much as I can, and I try and not get sucked into fear myself, because I realize I have the capacity to be hugely afraid. But in my case, when I'm afraid, I take control back, and in my case, control means numbing myself out, not having faith, and trying to block the world and isolating myself. And I have had to learn that that kind of control is not healthy. And for me, the only way to overcome that is to hand it over. And by handing it over, I mean to take my fears and to say, here, higher power of my own understanding, whatever that is. For some people, it's a deceased ancestor. For some people, it's a god. For some people, it's their deceased cat. And I'm not joking. It doesn't matter what God is. Jesus is not the only way to God. I'm not dissing Jesus by that. I'm just saying that if you've been excluded from loving Jesus because you're a homosexual or feel... Hello? Come on. Oh, my alarm went off. Sorry. Yeah, so I'm not saying anything about a lack of respect for Jesus, but what I'm saying is a lot of Christian people say, oh, the only way to God is through Jesus. And I'm saying, like, if you don't have access because you're a sinner or you're a dirty sinner who's worked as a prostitute for 10 years, who cares? You have access to God, whether that's Jesus or Ganesh or whatever. No one is excluded from God. That's what I mean to say. It is so simple, choose love, but when you're in the middle of a huge addiction and when you can't see love as an option anymore. Like, I mean, for instance, I was talking to a friend of mine today and I went to Brighton to like really make an effort to find love, you know, at my age. And I was just like, okay, let's do it. And I felt guided to. And what I've come back with is I've got a strong answer that I'm just, if there's going to be love in my life, it's not going to be in the form of a guy. And I just know that deep in my heart and I'm okay with it. And I don't want to be with anybody anymore. I've looked at my life, I've tallied it up, I've said, how much does this cost me and how much has it given me? And how much does it hurt to keep hoping for something to happen? Oh, also a lot. So at this point, I'm giving up on love. And yeah, it was depressing. And I've been depressed for a while, I would say, a couple of months at least. Yeah, for me, it forced me to stop as well. I kind of hit a wall in terms of, ooh, yeah. And I had to get really down with it to say, okay, this is enough. Transformation, change, I'm handing it over. I don't want to carry this burden anymore. I don't know what it means. It's like maybe it could happen for me in future. Maybe it won't. It feels irrelevant to me now, and that in itself is depressing. But is that gonna, I don't know if that's gonna be forever. I don't know what else the next 10 years have in store for me. I don't. I don't know what miracles there are because I believe miracles happen every day. And I believe that miracles are going to happen in my life. So I'm accepting this, I'm handing this over. It's painful to me and it's liberating because it's making space. I can find love through God, through the things that I love to do, through my work, through things that actually possibly can satisfy me. So at least I'm not banging my head against the wall saying, I'm not looking at for it in the wrong places. For me, anyway. For other people, it works. Same-sex relationship work. For me, they don't. I've proven it. And I'm tired of looking. I've had enough. It's just too stupid. And the people I have been exposed to, I still must not love myself enough. Otherwise, I wouldn't be having to put up with what I have to put up with. Which is ridiculous. Which I haven't been, not that it's any of your business, sorry. But I'm just oversharing here. But I haven't seen anybody since I've come back. Well, even before I left Brighton, it's just like, no. Yeah, Sharon, that's what I thought. I'm really sorry to hear that. Hi, New Jersey. It's okay, so Lake County as well in California. I'm sorry to hear that, guys. So I'm glad that things are getting back to normal. Hey, in Dallas. God, there's so many people in the States. Hey, in Maine, that's so cool. Alex, you didn't miss much. I was just talking about what the coronavirus has taught me and what I think it should teach all of us. And yeah, I think. Oh, hey, in Lincolnshire. Hello, fellow. Oh, yeah, you're not a European. You're a British person. You're not British. You're European. Hello, European person. I mean, you're a British person. Sorry. I think I need to leave now. I'm starting to talk rubbish. Okay, hello. Blue Silk. I don't think this is Blue Silk. I bought this on Amazon, and I years ago, and my other thing broke. I always wore my father's pajamas, but he's been gone for a long time now, and they've finally broken. So I got these other ones, but it's so hot here. I just couldn't. So I got these ones out, but these are emergency ones. I can't wear these for more than a day because they're so plasticky that it doesn't let you breathe, so they smell really bad. FYI, TMI. Oh, I'm glad you caught me, Emma. That's lovely. Oh, I'm glad. Wendy, I miss you so much. I can finally say thank you in person to the amazing timestamp. It's Wendy, everybody. Wendy does the timestamps on the weekly horoscope. And I know you can't do them anymore because you're back to work, but thank you for the service. Thank you for doing them for so long. I really appreciate it. It's so nice of you. Just because you decided to. Super, super nice. Thank you for having me. Oh, you're welcome, Monica. I'm glad if I could be of any help. That makes me really happy. Thank you, Carson. I try to. Lisa, I'm so happy to hear you enjoyed your session. I'm glad. There's a guy on YouTube today. He said something about, oh, the tarot has really been bad for him. He doesn't believe it anymore. He just believes in this reborn Christian stuff. I think that's partially what triggered me off as well today, because that was all fear. You know, like someone, the poor guy, he really liked, I mean, I don't know if this is his exact experience, but this is what it sounded like to me. Like he was really into the tarot and it guided him and stuff, and he got comfort from my voice apparently, which is nice. But and then suddenly someone just said to him, well, I haven't got the whole story, so I can't really, but it seems like he said that he was now reborn and that I shouldn't do this anymore because it's satanic and evil and I'm gonna burn. Which you see, I mean, is that helpful to him even? Something that he cared about to not feel that guilty about it? Oh, if he keeps doing it, he's gonna burn in hell. Whatever, whatevs. I almost wanted to say, if I was gonna use that book as a textbook for living, then I'm going to hell anyway because I've eaten shrimp and I don't grow up my sideburns. If you actually read Deuteronomy, it says in there that if you don't do those things either, then you end up like being an abomination as well. And that doesn't mean I'm dismissing the whole Bible. It just means that they wrote that at the time because it was important for social cohesion. That's what I believe anyway. That's my practical application and interpretation of the Bible. If you don't disagree, if you don't agree, then you're free to disagree, and that's a free world, and all the best. I'd love to visit. I've loved to visit LA, Enzo. Thank you, Sharon. I try. Thank you. I'm not always positive. I have my moments, and the last couple of weeks have been quite tough for me, like the isolation. Because I work from home anyway, and it's nice for me to go out and to meet other people and to get my social life. I get that outside of the home. And now, whenever I leave the home, all I see is fear and mask. It's just like, okay, so I can't rely, in my case, it's like, I can't rely on people to bring me that joy, or just to be superficial and to get joy from the way things look. You're gonna have to look a little bit deeper, and you're gonna have to find other ways of talking to people. So I was on Zoom meetings and things like that. But I'm quite a visual person, so it got on my nerves, and I had to do a lot of work, and I'm kind of starting to come out of it. I think it's been a bit of a funk. Oh, and the only reason I mentioned that guy's comment, by the way, is because it was public, so I can publicly reply to it. It wasn't like we emailed each other. Drama channel. um, I'm so happy. Yep, to hear that. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, to homeschool your 15-year-old, but you've really got good. Hello, everybody. Hello. Okay, so there's lots of. Oh. Okay, I can't go through everyone. Oh, yes. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Yeah. Silly alarm keeps. It's time to go. I'm a little bit frazzled. It's really warm, and me in my silk Chinese dragon pajama set have to leave now. Love you guys. Lots of kisses. All the best. See you soon.